Look out, Katy Perry, you may have kissed a girl, but she did not like it, and now new evidence points out that Ruby Rose just might be telling the truth. Videos corroborate that indeed Katy Perry was with Miss Ruby on the night of the major allegation, Australia opening a criminal investigation. And now people are wondering, did Katy Perry actually just end the MeToo movement? Let's talk about that. It was just like the other day, it was the other day, that we told you that there is no statute of limitations for poor Katy Perry when it comes to these accusations out of Australia, and now things are getting ugly. Ruby Rose has followed through on going to the Popo, the police, and now authorities in Australia have an open official investigation this side of that Park Place into pop star Katy Perry over allegations that she assaulted actress Ruby Rose in 2010. For those of you keeping track, that's about 16 years ago. On Wednesday, Variety reported that it had received a statement from Victoria Police confirming the matter is being taken seriously. But folks, what if I told you that there's far more at stake here than just the fact that Katy Perry might be in a whole lot of trouble? And how much trouble might she be in? Well, I hate TMZ as much as the next guy, but there's a video out now, and it turns out, the same night that Ruby Rose claims that she was attacked by Katy Perry, there's video of them together. Crashing a prom, I suppose, before they went to the nightclub. We can't play it because they've got music in there of the music that'll be copyright. But this is not good. This is not good indeed for Katy Perry. But again, there's something much bigger. We'll talk about it in just a second. People Magazine is talking about this by Ilana Kaplan. It says ex-manager of nightclub where Ruby Rose alleges Katy Perry assaulted her, shares recollections of the night. And all you got to really know here is that in an interview with the Herald Sun per Rolling Stone Australia on Tuesday, the ex-manager claimed the night in question from 20 years ago was a security nightmare. Oh my. Goes on to talk about this, but bottom line here is that this story is getting an investigation, and it's got some evidence that shows this is not like with Kavanaugh. This is not like those situations, whatever you think about those kinds of allegations. This one's got some meat on the bone, and this is going to go places. Now, here's where we're going to go with the conversation, though. Michelle, we have watched as people like Amber Heard have done serious damage to the MeToo movement and Believe All Women. We have watched as Blake Lively seemingly has caused grave damage to those same ideas, those same concepts. But I dare say that this Katy Perry deal is the end of Believe All Women out of logical necessity, because here's two women, Michelle. I don't know if we just never thought this would happen, where a woman would have done this to another woman, but here it is. They're celebrities, and I don't know which one to believe now, because I was told, Michelle, I have to believe all women. I'm in a conundrum. I'm in a paradox, Michelle. Save me, save me. Is this the end of it?
The end of Believe All Women? Probably not. Probably just for the next time it's back to not two women. would be probably the route they're going to go. And did I see that right? Did that say that the manager of the nightclub confirmed it? What did you had that pulled up and I was trying to read it. Going back to People Magazine, I'll read a little bit for you.
It says the ex-manager of a nightclub in Melbourne, Australia, has spoken about the night Ruby Rose claims Katy assaulted her. In an interview with the Herald Sun per Rolling Stone Australia on Tuesday, the ex-manager of the Melbourne nightclub Spice Market claimed the night in question from 20 years ago was a security nightmare, but claims he was unaware of any incident at the time. Quote, they came in together. They were also with Katy's hair and makeup girl, another guy who was friends with Ruby. It was a security nightmare because there were 600 people there, and Katy kept coming out and dancing with everybody and going right in the middle of the mosh pit, which would go along with the idea that she was difficult to work with and maybe not logical that night. But the big deal here, Michelle, is Ruby Rose, either she planned this out pretty darn well because she's got the details nailed down from 20 years ago, or this happened and she knows it because it happened and it's visceral to her. And I think a lot of people are shocked she really went to the police. So, Michelle, this is a situation, though, where this is not Harvey. This is not Justin Baldoni. It's two women. And that brings out the silliness of the idea that one side or the other on the gender spectrum lies and the other never does. This this creates a real problem, a real conundrum, I think, for some of the Hollywood types.
Yes. Well, definitely. And then my mind's just in here thinking, in one corner, you have a woman that was so bad they kicked her off the WB set of Batman. And in the other corner, you have a woman whose first song was She Kissed a Girl and She Liked It.
Maybe she didn't, Michelle. That's really, I mean, the lie was buried there the whole time.
Katy Perry. You liked it. Remember, she's the one who liked it. So,
you got me. You're right. Katy did. And Ruby, oh my. Oh, it's been in the lyrics the whole time. Hey, Wiz, the reason that this slogan, Believe All Women, worked so well, or at least because it was so, it was divisive, right? And maybe that's what they wanted. And so it was effective there. The reason is because we should initially, when a woman comes and claims something bad has happened, and it was always at the hands of a man until now. But the reason is because you need to take those kinds of claims in a serious way so that you prevent future situations like we had with Harvey Weinstein. But they all knew Harvey was doing what he was doing. Now, however, Wiz, that was weaponized and used as a way to gain power maliciously. It was never true that you believe all women, obviously, just like you don't ever always believe all men. But this, I think, puts them in a strange place, and I think they're ready to retire the slogan and move on to something else. It'll be devious, it'll be stupid, it'll be low IQ, but they'll move on to something else. What do you say about it?
I think this is a very interesting situation that's playing out here. I think it's gonna. I think this whole thing is gonna go away so fast, and I think, and partially, I don't really know, but I think the mainstream is going to take Katy Perry's side on all this. She's very powerful. She's got a lot of friends. She's in high places here. I think we're going to see this play out, and nothing's going to come of it. And it's just going to be business as usual in a couple of weeks. And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know how this is going to go. We've never seen this before. What I do think is interesting is if you look at the timeline here of when this happened, she was with Russell Brand at the time. They weren't married yet. They would be getting married about 2 months after this incident took place. Now, does that have anything to do with it? I don't know. It's just trying to put the timeline together because Katy Perry's been in the limelight for many, many years. And this is extreme behavior. I think, Pro, to your point with the believe all women situation, that took a massive hit during the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. The whole world was watching that. And you can't have watched that trial and walked away thinking, oh yeah, we can just believe all women always and forever. That trial was so telling to how it didn't even, this feels like kind of white noise by now because you've seen that trial and there's been other trials since then where we're seeing the revelation of how, there's bad guys using these slogans to gain power. And that's their entire intent, is to gain more power. But it also emboldens bad behavior in regular people, which, I mean, I've seen it firsthand. It's guys out there will be able to tell you that they've experienced some kind of negativity because of that. It's very real stuff.
Everybody always knew this, Wiz. This is the thing about it, right?
Of course.
We live in a world in social media, and I think it's on purpose, where exceedingly stupid things are said and sloganized and turned into memes, and then people run with it, but they're exceedingly stupid. Everybody knows that you don't believe any group in complete solidarity. For example, there are, in education, good teachers and bad teachers. We don't believe all teachers. Mm-hmm. In law enforcement, there are good police officers. There are bad police officers. We don't believe all police officers by default. Why? Now, we might give the benefit of the doubt to some of these people, but in the end, we apply a healthy skepticism to all human beings because innately, part of being human is you have the capacity to lie, and if you don't know that, go deal with a 3-year-old for about 5 days, and you'll find out they can fib. And it turns out boys and girls are both equally good at it. So we always knew this was stupid. It wouldn't fly in a 5-year-old, it wouldn't fly in a kindergarten, but we applied it universally to an entire gender.
I think the thing I'm sitting here, my brain as a female is trying to work through, maybe this is in the article, maybe I just didn't read it. Okay, I understand if Katy Perry came up and was...
You want the details.
We're in a club situation here.
I'm here to give it to you, Michelle. Are you ready?
Well, you're going to give details?
Lauren, look at Lauren's face. He's so excited that I have to parse this on YouTube.
Well,
Okay,
it's
parse
just, it's just
it on YouTube because my mind's trying to think through something and something's not adding up. But
Here we go.
it's because it does sound ridiculous, but the way the situation is physically described, it's possible.
All right, Michelle, Ruby Rose. After dropping by at this prom where they showed up, a bunch of high schoolers, right? But Katy Perry and Ruby Rose and a few others go to this prom. Then they go to the nightclub afterwards. Ruby Rose is laying down with her head in the lap of a friend, just trying to get away from Katy Perry, according to the report from Ruby Rose. When Katy Perry comes over to her, slides in her nightclub outfit, her undergarments, to the left or to the right, doesn't matter, Michelle. Some way or another, they left the nether regions of Katy Perry. Katy Perry then, feeling a breeze like you can't believe, placed her nether regions. Some might call it the exit strategy for many a birth. She placed this upon the face of one Ruby Rose. Ruby Rose, then realizing that she was being slathered with Katy Perry's netherous regions, Ruby Rose then began to vomit Michelle, and that is the end of the story.
Okay,
see-
clarified my questions because my question was like, why didn't could I see a Katy Perry coming and trying to like dance or be sexual with another woman? I absolutely can. Again, she sang the song, but like my mind couldn't get past. Why didn't Ruby Rose just like push her off of her, be like, stop?
She was laying there, she was resting, and Katy came and.
Yeah, that's pretty bad.
Yep. There are jokes with scissors. We won't go there. Lauren, rescue me. Wiz has fallen out. He's done for. He's projectile vomiting too.
The fries in the bag, bro.
What is wrong with you guys? The word slather is too much. Go ahead, Lauren.
I thought the biggest struggle I was going to have tonight was not making a pun about mosh pit, but here we go. I think I was surprised to find out that there was some corroboration of the story. My assumption was actually that this is a fading celebrity trying to bring up a story to make themselves relevant in the news again, was my assumption. But then you have this story come out that puts them together at the same place at the same time on the particular night in question. That leads at least some credence to the story. The part I'm having trouble with, though, is that if this happened the way that Ruby Rose describes, and she vomited on Katy Perry's nether regions, it seems
Lauren, could you handle this in a more serious way? Could you refer to it as the lower pelvic region?
I could do that. Yes,
Thank you.
The southern latitudes, let's say.
Thank you.
It seems to me somebody's going to remember that, especially a security guard. That's not something it seems like you would forget.
They were in a separate room called the Genie's Bottle.
Whoa, wait a minute. Culture, are you being honest about this?
Yes, I am.
Culture, you know things we don't know. Speak to it in a way that doesn't get us removed from the internet for decades.
It's all in that People article. Look, the security nightmare that the manager was describing was their presence at this club in a very inebriated state. They were well beyond inebriated when they arrived. They were even more inebriated when they were at the club, and that's why Ruby Rose was taking a break. And they were in a private area, VIP area called the Genie Bottle or the Genie's Bottle. And the manager, the manager didn't have couldn't eyeball them in that room. That's the description. Nor does he remember the incident because he didn't see it. So
I don't see how this can be proven. I don't.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Did she bottle up any of it? I don't.
Culture, how dare you? We're not going there. Okay, so
Here would be my question with that pro though. If her head was on someone else's lap, is that person going to willing to testify?
Exactly. That's who we got. That's who we got to find out. And is that enough? Is that sufficient?
Well, the club manager does remember helping them exit the building discreetly in their condition. Katy and Ruby Rose.
So this is very interesting, though, because we've got all these details now that actually land on the exact day that Ruby Rose said so. Yeah. And you got to wonder, like, did she go back and research this, or did it happen? And that's why it's something that's been with her all this time. I don't know, Lauren.
if they had to leave in the condition described, I don't think there's any way it could be discreet. I don't care how hard you try and hustle them out the door without being seen. Somebody is going to remember, hey, is that Katy Perry hustling by with vomit in her lap?
I think she's upchucked on her. Yeah.
Look,
Is anybody else just tired that every single day we're finding out that people that have power in society are like disgusting?
Yes.
Every waking day, there's someone. Is anyone else getting tired of it? Because
Wiz, you know what's funny? We're all here.
Every day, there's someone new.
We're all here thinking, well, how did they get her out? I mean, that should have been obvious. And really, Wiz, what happened is Katy Perry, with vomit located in that area, walked out, and there was some bouncer who said, I don't know how she vomited there, but it's Katy Perry, so it's just another day. Ends with Y. Get her out of here.
They helped both of them, or I guess their group, leave discreetly that evening. That's the one thing the manager recalled. Now, look, this is not the first time that Katy Perry has allegedly behaved inappropriately. I sent you a clip, a very, very sensitively edited clip.
I'm still using eye drops to resolve that. Thank you.
All right. Well, no, I just wanted you to see, and I made sure that I broke it down. But this young lady, Anna Kendrick, described in very detailed ways on Conan O'Boring show, I think 12 years ago, or maybe
that Katy Perry came and did something
and put fingers down.
Yeah, all right, Culture. That's enough. All right. So leave it there for a minute. Michelle, I'm going to give you the last word, and I'm going to go somewhere that almost nobody is ready for this. You ready?
Oh,
you ready?
Oh, boy.
Right. Ready?
Yeah, we're going to be shocked after this.
Michelle, this would be silly, and it's kind of like, it's the kind of celebrity gossip where I debate putting it on the channel. I debate whether it debases what we do, because we really don't, But
that ship has sailed, man. We're right in the thick of it.
Well, here's why, though, Michelle. Here's why. This actually has geopolitical consequences. Katy Perry is seriously dating the former Prime Minister of Canada, who is still a political leader. And if Australia wants to come after her, they got to go after Canada. This is the greatest geopolitical conflict since she tried to be an astronaut.
There is that. I mean, so we'll see what I think. I'm kind of wrestling with, how do you really prove this? How do you really go after this? And I think even say with some of those other situations we've already brought up, how long ago did this happen? It was like 20 years ago.
Some are saying 20. Some are dating it to 16 years ago. So it's tough for me to say, but
okay. So it's been over 15. It's just kind of like, if she was so bothered, why has it taken this long to finally express that? And usually, I understand with some women, it can be a lot of shame if it's, grape, but this is not quite that. It's very disgusting. But like, I just feel like it probably should have already come up if it was just so haunting her for 15 plus years.
Well, it brings up the statute of limitations. We have it in America. They don't in Australia when it comes to this sort of thing. So, 30 more years from now, you can still bring up the same issue if you want to, and Australia will investigate it. But I'm with the rest of the panel. I don't see how this can be proven, but I can see how this turns into a full-blown circus. And really, maybe it puts Ruby Rose. Maybe I'm not suggesting she said this for this reason, but maybe it puts her back into the spotlight a little bit after some really bad career situations. Talking about the DC stuff that she was in that wouldn't even be aired. Maybe this is a way for her to get back in, even if that's not why she's doing it. But it's interesting to watch all of the weird parts of this, all the twists, the turns, including that it actually has some geopolitical issues there. Lauren, why are you still smiling? What are you enjoying so much about this?
This whole story is just so ridiculous, and it's ridiculous that we're talking about it. But at the same time, there's a part of me that's amused at the idea that because in Australia they have no statute of limitations, 20 years from now they could decide we're really going to go at this again.
Let's have at it.
Yeah. So 60-year-old Katy Perry and Ruby Rose having to debate what happened in this nightclub 50 years prior. I don't know. It's just
well, you see, she came over to me while I was laying down over there.
It's not quite 20 years ago that this happened, so I think, it might still be, there might be enough memories there.
You think Trudeau's out now? Is this too much for Trudeau?
I'm not even going to get into that. Please don't do that to me, because we are already so far underneath the gutter right now. Anything else I cover is going to be worse.
All right.
Yeah, I think this is beneath us. We should move on to something substantive.
As is allegedly Ruby Rose when it comes to no, we can't.
Hey, Floral, guess what?
You put a fork in Pro's microwave again.
No, that was yesterday.
I don't know that what.
Oh, I've decided to give up on torturing Jonas.
What? Why? In the same way the cat sleeps like 20 hours a day, that was like your purpose.
I know, but I've decided there's bigger fish to fry.
Okay.
Like Lorne. I mean, think about it. Everybody loves him. He's a fan favorite, and frankly, he has almost no weaknesses I can find. Except that he's really smart.
So, you want to annoy the one panelist without a single flaw, because he's smart.
Yeah, like that winged statue at that fancy Paris museum thingy. I want to break the one thing that everyone loves most.
Right. So, kind of like the opposite of Rachel Zegler.
Yeah, exactly. And I get to see her all the time at family reunions anyway.
You get to see Rachel Zegler?
Yeah. I mean, she's a total troll. Lives under a bridge, harasses billy goats, the whole 9 yards.
It all makes sense now.
Speaking of which, maybe she'll get me... I'm gonna call her on my... I'm gonna call her and see if she'll be in the next Indiana Jones. She should be the next Indiana Jones. That'll totally destroy Lord. He loves Indiana Jones.
Oh, that's cruel.
Hey, Rach. I've got a cool idea for you that involves a whip and snakes.
I love that description. It's perfect.
I know, right? Weird, as we always say.